Now I'd like to introduce Dr. Charles Glassman. Dr. Glassman is considered one of the top doctors in New York. I had the pleasure of meeting him, I guess, a little bit over a month ago. And he is, he's just so special. He just has like inner peace, and he recently wrote a book called Brain Drain. And I know he is approached too about products. I mean, basically probably on a daily basis, typically would not promote, a health product, but he's going to share with you tonight information on AIO and a little bit of his story. So, Dr. Glassman, are you there?
I sure am, Susan. Thanks for inviting me to talk tonight.
Oh, it's, pleasure really to have you here.
Yeah, and, I enjoyed listening to Dr. Bob. I had the opportunity to hear him also at the New York launch meeting in July, which we all attended, which was great. And anybody who hasn't seen it, they can see it on YouTube. They could either actually, if you go to my YouTube site, it'll be there. Both Susan and I have a little introduction that we give. But, you asked me to speak tonight about the product, which I am very excited about. I personally haven't had as much experience as Dr. Bob has, but over the last month, I've personally used it. I've recommended it to patients. And, as you mentioned, I do get inundated with requests to try certain new things, and certainly a lot of network marketing people come to me. They know I'm open-minded. They know they could approach me. I'm not going to close the door on anyone. I'm always willing to listen. But what I do see are a lot of the same old kind of things, or repackaged kind of products. And we hear a lot, especially in this industry, we hear a lot of testimonies of people getting these remarkable results from what I consider the same old products. And it surprises me because, how could that be if, I've seen these products for many years, and anecdotally I have seen certain products help people, but not really overall. And I could say with AIO, just personally, you talked about collagen, and I have seen it myself as far as my nails go. Just that particularly has been extremely evident, and I have seen that in people that I've recommended. A lot of collagen-based organ systems that have improved, and mainly that's the hair and skin and nails. But what I'd like to really focus on is this product. Really, most of the results you're going to see from this product, you're not even going to know about. And that's really the bottom line, because we hear a lot of these kind of, grandiose statements, not from AIO necessarily, but from a lot of products, and it automatically turns us off because it just doesn't seem possible. With AIO, I have to say that it can be, and certainly Dr. Bob has seen dramatic results, and I'm sure I will also. But I really want to focus, and I think the listeners should, and the people who are new to the company and who have been in it maybe and new to the product, should realize that most of what's going to happen to you, most of the benefits from AIO, you're not going to notice because they are truly on a cellular level and things are happening behind the scenes. And so what is happening behind the scenes? Why would we take AIO? Certainly it's a business opportunity. That sounds great. Sure, I'm not going to turn my back on that. But why would we want to take a product? Just why not take another product? Well, this all comes down to what really is disease and what are we trying to prevent. Really, aging itself, in a sense, in a pure sense, is disease. It's exactly what happens with disease. And there are really 4 elements that occur when somebody gets a disease or when somebody ages. The same thing. It's inflammation. That's a primitive response to injury. Okay, that's what we know. If we bang our elbow, It gets swollen, hot, and red. Well, I have news for you. On a microscopic level, that's happening in our body on a cellular level. That inflammation, it's a primitive, almost obsolete response, but it does happen to internal injury. Oxidation. Oxidation happens with is a precursor to any disease, and what it is like it's an internal rusting. If you leave your garden hose out too long, it'll dry and crack, or if your bicycle stays outside, it'll rust, and that's due to this phenomenon of oxidation, and that's very damaging to our tissues, and that can happen inside our body. DNA mutation. As our cells divide, the more our cells divide, the more chance they have at not replicating precisely the way they should. And that DNA mutation, what happens? That causes disease, and that causes premature aging. Same thing. And then there are stem cells. Stem cells are the immature, naive cells that are floating around our body constantly, looking for an opportunity to ingrain themselves in healthy or not healthy tissue to regenerate that tissue. But what happens with aging and disease, those stem cells decrease, they weaken. And all of this combines together to cause immune system dysfunction. So what does that have to do with AIO? What does that have to do with this product that's in a bottle that you can drink, and I have to tell you that really tastes really, really good, okay? It tastes too good that you think that you're drinking some type of real great fruit juice that's loaded with sugar, and it's not. So what is so special about it? Well, when I look at something that's brought to me, and I look at it and say, okay, well, what do you bring to the table? The same old, we heard the antioxidants, we've heard different vitamins and minerals and green tea and resveratrol now and now vitamin D. Well, yeah, guess what? This product has all of that in it and more, and at really great, very bioavailable, meaning it's very well absorbed. But when you look deeply at this product, at the package label, and you see things like carnosine. Now, carnosine, I can bet that most people who are listening to this call, and I can guarantee that most doctors don't, I know Dr. Bob does, but most doctors don't know what carnosine is. And you don't really see that in most multivitamins that you get. What's carnosine? Well, carnosine is almost like this agent that has been so highly studied, and is so many. If you Google carnosine or go to the PubMed and put in carnosine, you get hundreds and hundreds of hits. Carnosine is what's called a dipeptide. You don't really need to know what that is, but what it means and what it does, it's very important at stopping cellular damage, mainly from what sugar does to our body. It's called advanced glycation end products, okay? And these advanced glycation end products, it's what happens, it's sugar gets very sticky in the body. So if you ever had caramel corn, okay, if you ever had kettle corn and you're eating it, or a candy apple and you get sugar on your hands and your hands get sticky, well, that's because the sugar is reacting to the protein in your skin and is causing kind of a stickiness. Well, that's what happens in our body when sugar is circulating. It sticks on our protein. It sticks on our hemoglobin and other proteins, and it causes damage. It causes these cross-linkages, which stretches and deforms cells and gets in our cells and causes DNA mutations. Well, guess what? Carnosine, which you don't see hardly anywhere, is in AIO. And when I saw that, I said, well, there's something very special about this. And then there's AC11. Cat's claw. Now, when I saw AC11, I really didn't know what that was, but I know what cat's claw is. And if you go again on PubMed and you go to cat's claw and you look at the data, you don't see any multivitamins out there that have cat's claw in it, which has been shown clinically to improve rheumatoid arthritis, which is the most damaging inflammatory joint disease that's known to medicine. It's deforming, it's extraordinarily painful, it's destructive, and this cat's claw has been shown to calm that inflammation and in some cases reverse the rheumatoid arthritis. So this has it in it. And now not only does it have it, and what excites me is that Cirrus Living now has the exclusive rights to AC11. So when you go on, when you Google AC11, and you'll see that maybe there's a supplement from a company that has AC11 in it now, you're not going to be able to get that from that company's not going to be able to use it. Only people who are taking AIO are going to have the benefits of AC11. So there's another thing here that's very special. The premium antioxidant blend, whole fruit. You don't see amla, pomegranate, blueberry, mango, camu camu, acerola, acai, dark cherry in a preparation all together in where it's not loaded with sugar. You never see that. So all of these go together. And when I talked about before about what goes into anti-aging and prevention of disease, well, these products are anti-inflammatory, which is number one there in the process of disease and aging. Oxidation, well, you have your antioxidants all over the place in this. You have, not only do you have the traditional antioxidants like some of the vitamins like A, C, and E, and selenium, but you have some of the polyphenol. Those are the things that appear in fruits or in teas like green tea, or the premium antioxidant blends of all those whole fruits. Those are polyphenols. Those are things that stop oxidation in its tracks more so than the vitamins. Where the vitamins have what's called a U-shaped curve a lot of times, where if you have too little of them, it could be a problem, but if you have too much of it, it could also be a problem. You don't find that U-shaped curve when you look at the polyphenols. The polyphenols occur naturally in nature. You can't take too much of them. And this has just the right synergy, just the right amount. Then you look at DNA mutation. Well, AC11 has been shown clinically in studies to prevent DNA mutation. Stem cell, it has been shown to stimulate naive stem cells. The more stem cells that you have, the better. Let's put it that way. So, I look at this product, I get very excited, I enjoy taking it, I look forward to taking it. It tastes, honestly, the only complaint I have, that it tastes too good. Because I want to drink more than just the 4 ounces that I'm allowed a day. So, I take 2 ounces twice a day, and I drink it straight because I love the taste, and it's better when it's cold. And also, it's better taken on a full stomach. You will definitely, if you take 2 ounces at once, I guarantee you'll get a niacin flush, which is not dangerous at all. In fact, it's quite healthy for you because that is just all your small blood vessels are dilating, and that increases blood flow. Niacin is extremely healthy for you as far as cholesterol metabolism and lipid health. So you're not doing anything bad to yourself, but it just might be a little uncomfortable. Or if you're going to be in an embarrassing situation and you think that you're going to turn red, just drink the AIO because then you have something to blame it on. Okay, so those are the only things that if I'm going to say anything negative about the product, that's what I'll say. But what I really think the take-home message is that you will hear a lot of testimonies, and they're all great, and they are true. I have to say that this is a product that does act very quickly. But the main benefits that you will get from this product, from an anti-aging and a disease prevention benefits that I really believe you will get from this, they'll go really unnoticed. Over a long period of time, you will notice it. But, I think the main benefits are just tremendous and are on a cellular level and will probably go unnoticed. But that's not a reason why you shouldn't recommend it to your family and friends because it really is a special product.